Hello, and apparently, if you go to this website, which I'll post on this video, you can ask questions to President Obama. I think, if I understand it correctly, on the January 25th, he's doing the State of the Union address, and then apparently he's going to take some questions from YouTube. I'm not sure exactly how this is going to work exactly, so I came up with a list of about 8 questions that I would like to ask Obama. I honestly doubt that he'll answer any of mine or any questions similar to mine or other people that will come up with similar, or there's probably people out there that'll come up with better questions, and even if someone has a similar question to mine, there's probably people out there who can even word it better than mine. So anyway, this is my question. These are my questions to President Obama. Many Americans would like to see an audit of the Federal Reserve done. Why not just have one taken care of? Even Ron Paul has recently gained a lot of popularity. He's appeared on many news programs and different shows talking about auditing and possibly ending the Federal Reserve. The Federal Reserve, since its creation in 1913, has never been audited. And people like you and me, well, people, American citizens and different businesses, they're supposed to, be audited about every single year. So, why is it we have to be audited and not the Federal Reserve? Maybe, this creates a lot of suspicion when it's never been audited since its creation in 1913. So, why not have it audited? Which leads me to my next question. What happened to the trillions of dollars that vanished in the bailouts? Especially it's like the 2008 bailout. Even Ron, I think it was C-SPAN. Ron Paul appeared on it, asking Bernanke, what happened to these trillions of dollars, and Bernanke's reply was, I'm not going to answer you. And so basically, what happened to these trillions of dollars that have disappeared from American taxpayers' pockets? That's something myself and many other Americans would like to know. Why, this, I guess this question's being asked directly to you, Obama, or about you. When you ran for president, you promised to obey the Constitution, did you not? I even remember there was, I think it was one of the debates you had with John Kerry, where you mentioned, I have studied the Constitution, I will obey the Constitution. Yet I can think of 2 examples where and I'm sure there's more. I think I've even heard people cite more, but the 2 biggest times where there's been a clear violation, from what I've seen, is one, you took a position for the United Nations, which the Constitution says that no person holding an office can hold 2 offices. And second, when you accepted the Nobel Peace Prize, it was my understanding you didn't have consent of the Congress, and the Constitution says that the president may not accept any award without consent of the Congress. Okay, number 4. It seems like a lot of Americans are outraged by the TSA procedures that have been going on in airports. Many Americans, like myself, have decided to boycott the airports and not travel, which that is our right. But our issues with it go a little bit deeper than that. We believe that the TSA procedures are violating the Fourth Amendment, which, and I'm going to paraphrase it, but it basically says that we can't have unauthorized searches without a court-issued warrant. Particularly when those, it's my understanding, particularly when those searches are done on ourselves. So, why are we allowing the TSA to continue to, one, use the body scanners, which, many people who develop this and, many scientists say that the radiation levels are too high for, one, the people who work with them, the people who operate the scanners, and number 2, for people who go through them. And also, and I know you have the opt-out where you can go through and be, basically searched, but they touch areas of your body that I think are inappropriate. Why are these allowed? Why not just make a phone call, put a stop to the TSA procedures? Number 5. Many Americans feel that there needs to be an actual criminal investigation of 9/11. So far, there has never been a criminal investigation of 9/11. Why is that? Why not conduct one? Many Americans, they feel that was an inside job. Was it the government? Maybe it was, maybe it wasn't. But there's a lot of, it seems like there's more questions than we've been given answers of the days of the day of that happened on 9/11. For example, why was there nanothermite that's been found in their residue? Why is it the black boxes for the first time ever in a history? The black boxes on planes, the that typically record about everything that happens on a plane. Why is it for the first time in history they were never recovered? We've recovered them from oceans, for example, in the past. So for the first time ever, these haven't been recorded. So there's just a list of questions, long lists of questions, and I encourage people who maybe are watching this video, if you go to 911truth.org, I think there's about 40 questions, or I'm sorry, 40 reasons to doubt the official story of 9/11. Why not address these issues and finally put, especially the victims' families and the victims themselves, many of them even question this stuff. Why not put us at ease and do a criminal investigation? Let's find out. Was there some kind of foul play? Was it in fact an inside job, like myself and many other Americans are believing? In fact, not just Americans, many people around the world doubt this. Many expert architectures and demolition experts, they will even say it looks like a controlled demolition. Number 6. This is kind of related to number 5, but I'm going to ask it anyway. Are the American people really to believe the story of the Building 7 collapse, where, fire came from the 9/11 Twin Towers and caused a fire there, and that's why it collapsed? Especially when, even like, what is it? Even like minutes before its collapse, you have the police telling people on several recorded videos telling people to stand back from the tower as we're bringing it down, or as it's being brought down. Are we really to believe that the story that it collapsed on its own due to the fire that came from the 9/11 Twin Towers? Number 7. There seems to be, I guess you can call this program whatever you want, but I'm going to call it what I believe it is: the Citizen Spy Network that's been promoted. Especially if you go to many WalMarts in our country where they have these DHS screens that Homeland Security broadcasts, saying things like, watch for suspicious activity, which, I'm willing to admit this is common sense. If you see something suspicious, yeah, you should report it to the police. That is common sense. But I believe, and many other Americans believe, that this creates a kind of fear that gets put in our mind to watch everyone, and things like that. This is basically like a spy network, and it's basically a spy network. So, why? So, I guess my question for you is, has there ever been a time in history where there's been citizen spy networks where it's turned out good? And my best example for this is Nazi Germany, as they had similar things set up to where, people were spying on other people, and that didn't really turn out well. And finally, number 8. Number 8 is probably going to seem like a two-part question, but so I guess it's going to be a two-part question. When you ran, you said you were going to help fix this economy, right? Which, when you came in office, our economy was in a sad state. In fact, I'd still say it is in a sad state. Myself, I've been looking for work for quite a while, and it seems like I've been having a hard time finding it. And maybe it's my area, I'm willing to admit. But basically, there's two things that I could see that might help the economy. Number 1, there's something called corporate welfare that, I made a video about it, before this one, so I'd encourage people to look at this for more information. But basically, Taxpayers are, from the American taxpayers, the government has been issuing welfare checks to companies like McDonald's, Campbell's Soup, IBM, and several and many other companies where it's about $200 million a year is being given in welfare checks. That isn't even being, as far as I know, isn't even being used to create businesses. Why not put a stop to this? That would help save us money that we shouldn't be spending anyway. And number two, I guess part two of number eight would be there's all kinds of legal areas you have to cross through if you want to create a small business. Now, why is this important? Well, most people, many people have said, it would help our economy if we could start small businesses, right? But many of those small businesses fail their first year, and there could be many reasons why they fail. But I guess I tend to believe that part of the reason they fail is because they have to pay all these fees to the government and licensing procedures and different other aspects of our government, to where your first year especially can be even hard to start a business. What if we eliminated all of these legalities and stuff like that? I mean, it's my understanding that it's easier to start a business in many other countries. I mean, my understanding, it might be easier to go to China to start a business, or a small business, or it might be easier if you're in, I even spent some time once in South Korea. It seemed like lots of people, just were selling things on the streets, even, from vegetables to fruit to, clothing. So, in our country, I've even read articles where the police have shut down a 6-year-old's lemonade stand. Why not put a stop to this? That would actually help our economy. So anyway, these are my questions, and I hope you all take care, and God bless you all.